I think it may be a case. Some people think that Belichick is going to want to prove that he can do it without Brady and that he's going to stay there even when Brady retires. I don't think that's going to happen. He may stay another season after Brady retires, but I think that they're going to be very close. Very close. But it's going to be interesting because, you had some reporters saying the way that AFC title game win was celebrated, that this may be the last hurrah. I don't think that it's going to be. I don't. I don't think that if they win this Super Bowl, Brady and Belichick are going to go, you know what, that's enough. We've done enough. We've proven enough. We've shown enough. Let's ride off in the sunset. People thought that may happen last year. It didn't. But just because, now, yes, that AFC title game, especially on Belichick's end, it was celebrated a little bit more than what he has done in the past. But I don't think that that's pointing to any signs of this is it. This is the last chapter. Now, who knows? It could be. It could be. Because we know Brady and Belichick and that team, they're not going to drop hints. They're not going to say, well, this may be it. They're not going to say it. It's just going to happen. And who knows? If they do win the Lombardi, who knows? They may both get on that stage and say, see you later, we're done. It could happen. Let's get into some NBA. So the Cavs had a meeting. And Tyronn Lue has said that after this fiery Cavs meeting, it better lead to wins. The Cavs are 9 of 12. They've lost 9 of their last 12. LeBron is 7 points away from reaching the 30,000 club. He would be the 7th member of that. He'll probably get that tonight. They play the Spurs on TNT at 8 p.m. But apparently this meeting that was held, head coach Tyronn Lue was there, the players were there, and the GM of the Cavs was there. And apparently there were some players that spoke out about Kevin Love. Game over the weekend against the Thunder, where they gave up 148 points, Love said he had an illness and he left the game. Didn't come back in. Some players believe he's not all in here and that he wants out. And apparently this meeting that they had, this fiery meeting that they had, as Tyronn Lue calls it, and I do think that Tyronn Lue is coaching for his job right now. I do. I mean, we've seen, they fired David Blatt, and that was when they were doing good. They fired him. They ended up winning the championship that year. But you look at that team right now, like Will Cain said it, I know it, you know it, and they know it. They can't beat Golden State. And if I gave you right now 7 games, Eastern Conference Finals, and I said it was Celtics and Cavs, right now, with how both of them are playing, who are you taking? Now, granted, we've seen this before in January. We've seen the Cavs struggle before, but this is different. I mean, they've lost 9 of their last 12, but what makes it even more impactful is how bad that defense is playing. And that's what I said, and I said this the other day, that Isaiah Thomas trade thing didn't make any sense to me. Because Isaiah didn't play defense in Boston. He's not all of a sudden going to play it extremely well in Cleveland. He's not a defensive guy. That's what Cleveland needs. If I'm Cleveland, I'm looking for a trade here before the deadline. We know it's not going to be with LeBron. But look, and we don't know what LeBron is thinking, but a lot of people believe inside the NBA, and the reporters and all the sports people that talk and write the NBA, that LeBron is not going to be in Cleveland next season. And the only way he's going to be is if some massive trade is made, whether it's by a player trade or a number 1 overall pick trade. And they end up winning the title. But with what they have right now, they're not going to win. They're not going to beat Golden. It's just not going to happen with how they're doing right now. You gotta believe that the Cavs right now are saying, what can we do here? Because obviously, owner and GM of the Cavs, they're not going to want to sell to trade that number 1 overall pick if they believe that LeBron is not going to be there next season. And I think that right now, that Cavs ownership believes that he's not going to be. So I believe that that's wholeheartedly off the table. If they do make a trade, it's probably going to be with Love, or it may be with Isaiah Thomas. The only thing with Isaiah Thomas, his trade value is not what it is when you did the trade for Kyrie. It's not. But there's going to be teams out there that are going to want to jump. You're going to get more for Kevin Love. It doesn't look... He hasn't been a factor for a while. He hasn't. He hasn't played the best. Now there's talk of... There's players... Their locker room is upset with him, saying that they feel that he's not committed, that they don't believe his whole illness thing against the Thunder over the weekend, that he just wanted to get away and get out of that game. We haven't heard him speak on anything, and it does seem that he wants out of there. Go trade his ass. See if you can get a DeAndre Jordan. Get somebody to help you with what you have. And like I said, unless they make some blockbuster trade over the next couple of days, or they all of a sudden get flowing together and things get clicking and, they look like the Cavs of old, I would be concerned of if this team can even get out of the East in the playoffs. Because with what they're playing with right now, and with what they've shown, I don't believe that they can. I don't believe that they can. And what's even more striking, the Thunder got better. The Rockets got better. The Celtics got better. Cleveland, with the moves and acquisitions they did, bringing over a aging Dwayne Wade, making the trade to get Isaiah Thomas, nothing's worked out. Cavs need to make a move here. And if Love's not happy, and if you think that locker room is starting to go against him, trade him. Because, and who knows, there might be some Cavs ownership that are saying right now, we need to move off of Isaiah. We need to move off of him. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in these next couple of days. Because they're going to have to do something. And everybody believes that they're going to. And it's going to be a blockbuster move. And I think it's going to be with Kevin Love. Who's it going to be with? I don't know. Is it going to be Clippers and DeAndre Jordan? Possible. But you got to do something. Because, like Will Kane said, I know it, you know it, and they know it. They can't beat the Warriors right now. Can't. They may even get swept if they played them right now. Apparently, Giannis Akupo offered to intervene for Jason Kidd before he got fired. Jason Kidd yesterday fired from being the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. He got them to the playoffs last year, and they were up 2-1 on the Raptors and let it slip away. Is Jason Kidd going to get another head coaching job? I don't know. I made up this on last night's show when this news broke. I said, hey, Tyronn Lue isn't doing too good right now in Cleveland. What if that staff says, let's go get him? Let's go get Kidd. Because I do think, look, and Tyronn Lue knows this. He's coaching for his job right now. He fully knows that. Fully knows it. One of the reasons that David Blatt got outed in Cleveland was because of LeBron's motivations. But this right now is more front office feel. Because like I said, I don't think LeBron's going to be there next season, and I think that front office is starting to lean and view in that direction. Now, I don't think that the Cavs are going to try to get Jason Kidd. But LeBron has backed Jason Kidd before. We know that. He's made statements about how he thinks that Jason Kidd is a good coach. It's going to be interesting to see how this falls, because again, Tyronn Lue, if this play keeps happening, that front office is going to go, look, you got the talent. We got you what you wanted. This isn't working. We got to move off. We got to go in a different direction to try to save this season. They're in a tough position. Boogie Cousins, big game last night, double overtime win versus Chicago, 44 points, 24 rebounds, 10 assists. Go get them, Cleveland. Go get them. You got to do something. Well, the Patriots have chose that they're going to wear the white jerseys in the Super Bowl for 52. They are 3-0 when wearing the white jerseys in the Super Bowl. 3-0. Is Gronk going to play? He's got 2 weeks to come back from that concussion. I would expect that he's going to play. And again, like I talked about earlier, the Eagles are a 5.5-point underdog, which is the largest spread and the largest underdog since 2009, when the Cardinals were underdog to the Steelers. Pat Shurmur officially announced as the Giants head coach, 5-year contract. Todd Haley will now be the new offensive coordinator for the Browns. Bortles says that he wants to be back with the Jags next season. I think that's going to come down to, does Doug Marrone want him there? Not so much Tom Coughlin, but does Doug Marrone want him there? Derek Carr admits and states that his back injury he suffered in Week 4 impacted his play in 2017. That does it for the show tonight, folks. We'll see you all tomorrow night. For Sports Talk Speaker Radio, for iHeartRadio.com, I'm Hardy. This is The Hardy Show. See you all tomorrow.